Thanks for the support as a channel member, Jack Edinburgh. Well, boys and girls, today is the day that we can secure promotion to League One for the first time in the history of this football club. Or we could mess it up and it'll be tomorrow. Either way, I think we're going up this year. We're 13 points clear, but you know what I'm like. Hello and welcome to part 62 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games in League 2 for you. We're away against Oldham and at home against Fylde. Since you were last with me, we had a little bit of a blip, a little bit of a slip-up, losing against both Bolton and Dulwich Hamlet, meaning a promotion that could have already been secured by now is being delayed a little bit longer. There's 6 games remaining. We're currently 13 points clear of Doncaster, who are in 4th place. So if results go our way in the first match today, we could potentially be like 16 points clear with 5 games left, which would be promotion then. Or we could secure it in the second game. Or we might have to come back and just show you all the games for the rest of the season as we let it go down to the wire. I hope it's not that last one. I'd like to get things wrapped up today. And this is the team we're putting out there to do that wrapping. We've got Hattersley in goal, a back four of Barnes, O'Driscoll, Washbourne and Dodd, Broadbent and Dean in midfield, Robinson, Palmer and Berry behind Sadler up front. Barnes is just recovering from injury, but Mark Sheffel, I don't know why did I pick Barnes ahead of Mark Sheffel? Because he's a better player, probably. That's probably what past Kev was thinking about that. I normally wouldn't play someone who's not fully match fit for such an important game, but Josh Barnes, so is he Josh Barnes or Joel Barnes? It looks like Joel there. I've been calling him Josh all year. I think it's Josh. We're going to call him Josh, even if that's not his name. It is. No, it's Joel Barnes. Josh Barnes at left back, everybody. Right. We've done the underdogs team talk, which might not be the best one to do in the circumstances. Oldham down in 15th place and we're well clear at the top of the league. It does send a weird mixed message to the players, especially when we've been in a little bit of an iffy run of form just for the last couple of games. But hopefully they can see past my nervousness and just go out there and put up a performance. Dean has won the ball back in midfield to try and get the ball rolling on doing exactly that. Sadler back to Robinson. We've knocked the ball around nicely and we've won a penalty here. I don't know why Christopher Dodd is taking it, but maybe he can hit a really good penalty. I don't know that I've ever seen this man take a penalty before. Dodd steps up and misses. Well, I know I'm never going to see him take a penalty again. That's for sure. Because I don't think I'd seen one. I mean, I even questioned it. We've got all these players who we could have put up for the penalty there. The option to change was on the screen. And sometimes Football Manager just gets your fullbacks taking penalties. And it's done it for 25 years. And I don't know why. It's when you don't have a penalty taker set. I think it just automatically defaults to the right back. Robinson's in here. And Robinson has been causing trouble so far in this game. Coming in off that left-hand side. And there's been some calls for either him or Richardson to start more often. But as I explained in the comments, I can never remember which one's which. So I'm not sure which is the one who's been scoring goals all season. Their names are too similar and they can both play up front and out wide. The chances of me ever remembering which one is which are 0. We should probably just work out which is the better one in the summer and get rid of one of them, just so the one that's remaining has a chance of making it at Bourne, because he's never going to be a regular starter for as long as I can't remember if he's any good or not and which positions he's good at. Berry, trying to get something going down this right-hand side. It ends up with Dodd, the villain of the piece so far. He's got some making up to do, and that's a big, deep cross to try and get the making up going. He doesn't manage to find a Bourne shirt with it, though, but that's a lumping ball forward that was pretty aimless. But O'Driscoll, I don't even know what he's thinking there. He's it was the animation you get when you're trying to keep the ball in for a throw-in, but he did it in the middle of the pitch. Right, we're going to change thought process. We're no longer underdogs. We're now going to assertively try and dig in this second half, because it looks like other results might be going our way. Doncaster still sat there 13 points behind us, so presumably they're also drawing their game. We've gone ahead here, and that was a weird goal that kind of came from nowhere. Sadler, I think, has just sold a wonderful dummy on the edge of the 6-yard box, which confused even me. So the throw comes in from Dodd. Dean gives it back to Dodd. Low drilled cross. It's not a dummy. It's a failed clearance that I think hit Sadler. But either way, Robinson is in acres of space on the left-hand side. Nobody marking him. He's been dangerous all day long and puts us 1-0 up just at the start of this second half. And as things stand, yikes, as things stand, we are 15 points clear of Doncaster with 5 games remaining. So I don't think that would mean promotion right now, although goal difference could make it there all but mathematically, which it would. Or in actual fact, it's gone back to a 14-point gap now. Bolton jumping up above Doncaster. Now Doncaster jumping back above them again to bring it back down to a 13-point gap. And Oldham now have a free kick to try and narrow that gap even further. I do not want this going beyond today's episode. I want to get promoted today because otherwise I'm just going to be very, very stressed. We're going to bring McNulty on for Dodd. We probably should have done that the minute the penalty was missed. I'm tempted to bring Graham Dodds on the right-hand side. I've done it a few times already this year. And he's not too shabby out there. So we'll get him on that right-hand side. Richardson probably could have come on to play on the left and Robinson to go to the right, because I think Robinson can do both. Richardson can only do left. I think Robinson is the one who we were playing on the right-hand side of midfield a lot last season. But like I said, I don't know what it is. It's just a mental block with me. I cannot remember which one of them is which. Their names are too similar. Their positions are too similar. And bearing in mind, I've got a Dodd and a Dodds in this squad, and I remember which one of those is which. Their names aren't too similar because they're in completely different positions, although they can both play on the right-hand side of midfield. Not that they are today, because one went off as the other came on. But Richardson and Robinson, or Robertson, I can't even remember. It's Robinson, not Robertson. It just, my brain can't handle it, and I don't know why. Right, this is where I'd like to have Chapman on the bench, but don't. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring on McWilliams in midfield, swap those two over, get Dean back into the playmaker role. McWilliams always does a good job as box-to-box midfielder for us. I'm glancing back down at the league table again. It's still a 13-point gap as it stands, but Oldham are in again here, and O'Driscoll has had a really, really bad game today. He was faffing about in the first half and almost gave away a goal. Now he's given away a penalty. It is at the same end where we missed our penalty, so hopefully history repeats itself, and it does! Hattersley makes the save. Wonderful stuff. Barnes clears, almost puts it through the big telly in the corner there, but that's 2 missed penalties in this game now. 1 for us and 1 for them, and Westbourne gets it clear. Washbourne, not Westbourne. Why can't I remember the names of any of my players today? Goodness me. It is still a 13-point gap from Doncaster down in 4th place, and I think that's how it's going to end today. So we've not won promotion in the first of the 2 matches, but a win in the next one and we're up. Because if we maintain a 13-point gap with 4 games remaining, we win promotion, unless Bolton mess it up by not playing enough games and leaving a little bit of a question mark on it. But hopefully that won't be the case. Let's win again. Let's get into League One. So just the 1 game for the Fylde game. Berry's picked up an injury as well. So Robinson's gone over from the left to the right. Barnes has pushed up onto the left wing, and Mark Sheffel is into the team at left back. Otherwise, it is the same 11, just shuffled around a little bit. But a win, we're up here. I'm so sure of it. I did the maths myself, which we know isn't always right. But we got the little notification before the match telling us that as well. It's here as an option in the team talk. A win and we're up. Let's passionately say that one. Come on, let's get ourselves promoted. We've never been this high in our history. It would be wonderful to go another step further, another step towards making Bourne great. And it really does feel like it's time to get a new stadium, especially if we are moving up to League One. Although, in the interests of avoiding what happened with home last year, when we spent the last 10 seasons of the save ground sharing in Milton Keynes, the longer we hold off getting a new ground, the better. Because what we don't want to do is build a new ground now that won't then be good enough for the Premier League, because we know it's hard-coded into the game that you can only have 1 new ground I can't remember if it's every 20 or 25 seasons, but basically this ground we get whenever we get it is it. And if we outgrow it again, we're going to have to ground share. Christine has just put us 1-0 up. Only his 2nd goal for the club, but it's a lovely finish. Puts us 1-0 up on 13 minutes. That puts us as high as 91 points already. We set a club record last year for lowest points total in a season. I think. I'm sure it was. I'm sure I've got so many saves on the go now. That might have been in the home save on Twitch. But either way, 91 points with 4 games to spare is nuts. We're on course for a 100-point season, which I don't think we've ever done before. But an almost immediate reply from Fylde just takes the edge off all that a little bit for a minute. Need to refocus back in on the task at hand. As you can see, the ground is absolutely packed with Bourne fans. Bourne fans, as far as the eye can see, they're all invisible, but they are here. And that puts it back down to an 11-point gap. So if things ended as they are, we wouldn't be going up today, which would be terribly sad. So let's ask for some creativity just to finish off this first half as we look to go back ahead in the game and back having 1 foot in League One again. Mark Sheffield has misjudged that completely and let the Fylde striker in there. Luckily, he's shooting high and wide. There's not even anybody behind the goal today. We are playing a behind closed doors match, it seems, and I don't know why. This ground is glitched. We need a new one. I know in the interests of the long-term save and all that stuff, we want to wait, but I want to see fans in the ground again. Right, assertively, I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. Yeah, let's just forget the league, forget anything else. Let's just fire them up, get out there, win the game in his second half, and let everything else that comes with it come with it. We now have a throw. It's with Dodds deep into their half. Robinson plays it back to Dodd again, who finds Barnes. It drops to Sadler. Oh, I thought he'd scored. Has that hit the crossbar? How was that not a goal? I was sure Chris Sadler had scored there, but apparently he didn't. And we continue trying to plug away. And Doncaster still sat there, 11 points behind us. Frustrating. Can't they lose their game so it doesn't matter if we bottle it? I don't mind backdooring this. We're going to take off Sadler, bring Dodds on up front. Robinson can come off for McNulty. McNulty coming on that right-hand side. We're going to go a little bit more attack him. We are going to ask for some creativity. We're saving our 10 minutes of passion for the last 10 minutes. But come on, lads. We just need a goal to send us into League One. What are we going to do? Who's going to come on and win us this game? Richardson. He feels like the match winner. Barnes can drop back there. Richardson can come on to play on that left wing. We're already attacking. Now it's time for 10 minutes of passion, or 9 minutes, or whatever. However many minutes we're going to be able to get. Washburn playing it across, finds Richardson, who may or may not be in good form because we don't know which one is which. Palmer looking to get something going here, plays it across to McNulty, who had a fantastic first half of the season, gone off the boil a little bit in the second half, but Dodds was in there, and that was so very close. It falls to Dodd, who plays it into McNulty. Dean now. I mean, I don't mind if he scores. I don't care who scores it. Just somebody scored. Dean is there, and it's a very good save from the Fylde keeper. We've got a corner here. We still haven't been able to instigate passion mode. We have now McNulty with the corner. It falls to Terry Broadbent, who plays it across to O'Driscoll, back to Dean and Westbourne. Washburn. Why am I calling him Westbourne? What is a Westbourne? His name is Washburn. I've got to get rid of him. If I can't say a player's name, I've got to get rid of him. We've managed to not get the job done today, haven't we? Oh, it was never going to be easy. I think we've still got enough points about us to not bottle it completely, but we seem determined to limp over the finishing line. So, right, we'd already secured a playoff spot, I think, but we don't want the playoffs. Playoffs are for nerds. So we'll just be back tomorrow with the next 2 games. Doncaster, well, there you go. Doncaster's basically a playoff, isn't it? They're the team who are there. If we beat them, we go up. Could we potentially become champions in the next episode as well? We could. If we win both matches in the next episode, we'll become champions, and then we don't have to show the last 2. That might be a better way to do it. We don't need to show meaningless games, but knowing how bottly we're getting, we'll probably have to show all 4 just to let us limp over the finish line. But tomorrow will be Doncaster, where we will secure promotion to League One. I hope. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.